And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Carr. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Get down, get down. 185. You got 56 there.
On 1st and goal, Washington. And he spins through. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They get it to him running left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. trying to pound it in with Washington. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Oh, Brandon, that was a big play by the defense to keep him at the end zone on 3rd down. So there's an early decision to be made here, isn't there? I know that 3 is awfully tempting, but I'd pull on my big boy pants right now, and I'd go for it.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it. But it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first down throw for Bridgewater. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Play fake. Bridgewater. And he's got Snead. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Again, it's Bridgewater. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again?
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Down! 280! 734!
From the gun, it's Carr. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Carr now to throw. And able to find Dorsett. Philip Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jarrett Davis. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They go play action. Bridgewater steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Now they'll throw with Carr. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Get set. You're waiting. 24.
From midfield, here's Carr. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's got room.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get wild now. Get wild now.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Delta.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Carr to throw on second down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to go down again. Alex Anzalone with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And Lutz puts this one through. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And the Raiders have got him.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Flushed out right, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing his Carr on third down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Bridgewater. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there. Could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important, too. And they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loop. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him. And
remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Philip Dorsett, an even 90 yards. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Bridgewater. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Bridgewater now from the 50. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And coughed it up, and the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
29.
They run it again with Hyde. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
6:37. White.
Now a play fake. Carr going up top. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DJ Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, this is Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Ready?
Play fake. Bridgewater. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And a little little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now here come the Raiders. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. On second down, here's Carr. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Demario Davis in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
808. 24.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Kamara, try to run for it. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that deep.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And some room to roam now. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel